So John Jones is in the media once again for all the wrong reasons. And you know the thing about his career? It has a specific rhyme to it. Awesome victory in the octagon, followed by legal trouble. And it just tends to trade off. You know, it's like, I don't know. After every defense, he always is in the news for something else. And this is the one he gets into. And I did meet John Jones once at a gym. I was training grappling at the time, and I had no aspirations to be a professional UFC fighter, but he was there. And me and some of the people I was training with wanted to talk to him. And this was during a very dark time in his career. So I knew the social repercussions of talking to this guy, but not very often do you get to talk to a professional celebrity athlete when they have this story arc in life going on. Because this guy has always had something on him. It's almost like as bad as this one. I mean, it's kind of mild compared to some of the other ones. And to be real, if someone showed up to my house unannounced, even if I had a obligation as a profession to do what they were asking, at least call ahead of time or say, hey, can you come to this facility? I'll arrange. But just to show up to someone's house unannounced, that's just kind of like, that would make anyone mad. Invading anybody's space. There's nice ways to ask. Especially when you're going against the all-time greatest UFC fighter. And I don't know what happened behind closed doors, really. There's mixed signals. There's that video where he's high-fiving. But then there's allegedly what he said, which, you know, there's a lot of different ways you could ask a person, hey, could you get out of my house? Without threatening them. Even though I do believe you have the right to defend your property. But he should know the standard legally, though, that he's held to or in the public view. You know, I'm kind of like on the fence about this one. And maybe they were high-fiving him and everything just because they knew if John Jones were to snap on us, we wouldn't see our families ever again. Potentially. Because when I talked to John Jones in person that one time, he seemed like a guy who wanted to be good, who just had this darkness looming around him. Like, not to get too religious, but it was almost like he had a demon around him, and he wanted, you know, it to go away. That's honestly, from my perception, the thing that I wanted to see on him. Well, not wanted, but that was the thing that my gut was telling me about him. Like, this guy's got something about him that just seems like gets my sixth sense to kind of raise. But other than that, you could tell he was trying his best to fit in with a bunch of normal, everyday people. Even though he's more rich and famous and far better of a fighter than most of us would ever be. But I don't know what to think. I really can't really have an opinion on this one right now because, you know, like I said, I'm like two-minded of this. Of course, he's done some really heinous stuff in the past. This is rather mild. So I'm not, like, disgusted by a John Jones standard. But at the same time, yeah, no. I could totally see his point of view. Everyone's got the right to their space. Everyone's got the right to have forewarning if, you know, you're obligated as a professional fighter to take USADA tests. Then yeah. But he could have probably said, you know, hey guys, could you like take a step back or two, you know? Because you don't need to know whose house you're coming to know you should probably watch the respect you show. Because if, at least me personally, if I ever tried coming to Jon Jones' home and pushing any sort of boundaries, I feel like that would be a personally slippery slope that could easily end. Because if one drop of the hat and he loses it, doesn't matter if he's going behind bars or not. I still don't have my life. But on the saga that kind of keeps on continuing of Jon Jones, we'll have to wait and see where this goes. And Jon Jones, if by any way on the off chance you listen to this, just know I don't think this is the worst thing you've ever done. Now, that Vegas hotel controversy that allegedly happened, like, no one knows what went down behind that closed door except for you and your family. That was probably the one where a lot of people were like, yeah, no, there's no excuse. But I think if you could overcome that one, you got this one. Peace out.